Cool. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We got a live CHGO Bulls pregame coming up for y'all. NBA Cup action tonight. The Bulls' fourth and final game of group play. It's this simple. Beat the Boston Celtics, and they advance to the knockout stage of the Emirates NBA Cup. Lose, and they're out. We're going to preview tonight's matchup coming up next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into CHGO Bulls pregame, presented by Coors Light. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's my guy, Big Dave. Bow, bow, bow. BNWL Sports. GOAT reporting live from the UC tonight. Make sure you're following him, Will_Gottlieb. We'll have the other Will, Uncle Will Purdue, join us for postgame. We're also going to chat with Mark Stein for part of tonight's postgame. Excited about that. And, of course, on the controls, holding it down, the one and only Sarah Bear. What's up, Sarah?
Floose is on the loose, or Floose is loose.
Okay.
Mary fired Floose this to you.
All right.
Check out the emergency pod the CHGO Bears guys did.
Yes.
We're almost at 80,000 views on that.
That was crazy. Yeah. Awesome. I felt so good waking up and seeing that.
Seems like you're in a good. I think most people in Chicago who are Bears fans are in a good mood today.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
despite the L that we took yesterday.
Correct. Because this had to happen. You had to get this off you. Like, I'm always happy anyway, but it's just a little extra on it, you know, knowing this dude ain't around no more. And I ain't got to worry about this. It was like when the ball headed minutes left, Matt, and just that weight that was gone off my shoulders. Like, I don't have to listen to this fool talk anymore. It was the first thing I tweeted after the game, Matt. 3 words: fire this fool now. And they did. They're gone. I'm happy. Join me in the happiness.
It is a happy day. The Bulls season, or the Bears season, is toast, but I think it was something sad but necessary to hopefully get that team back on track.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case.
And we never have to hear him say ever again, well, the score is the score, but we have each other. Are you freaking kidding me, dude?
God. Oh, God. I want to hear him and the ball-headed minutes in a room together.
Boiling with a beard, baby.
Yeah,
boiling with a beard.
Just watch your head explode.
Meanwhile, Anthony in the comments said, hold on. If the Bulls fire Billy Donovan and hire Eberflus, can we secure the tank?
Ooh, that's actually
there's an idea.
Point. That's a solid point right there. So.
Laking Ball in the comments saying Celtics need to blow out against the Bulls again. Yes. So tonight's action: Bulls Celtics Group C Eastern Conference NBA Cup fourth and final game. Bulls are 2-1. Mm-hmm. Celtics are 2-1. Mm-hmm. The Hawks, who had an early tip-off, already won their game. That means they sit atop the group at 3-1 right now. They have the tiebreaker against Boston. They do not have the tiebreaker against the Bulls. So it's this simple. Bulls find a way to beat the Celtics tonight. They win the group and advance. If the Bulls do not find a way to beat the Celtics tonight, they finish group play 2-2 and are knocked out.
Okay. So
could not have higher stakes, y'all.
I mean, this is honestly, it's as high as the stakes are going to be for the Bulls this season, to be real with you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of enjoy this because, again, I'm feeling good because that fool is not coaching the Bears anymore. I'm excited to watch this game. Excited to see what it looks like because the Bulls have such a weird relationship with the Boston Celtics. Every game we go into, we're supposed to lose by 40. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we may, but most times we play them pretty tough. And doesn't matter if Boston gets out to a good start or not. We've seen them, Matt, get off to incredible starts. I still remember that game. We sat over here watching, and Boston got off to like 70% shooting and was just killing the Bulls. And the Bulls came all the way back and won that game. So they play them really tough. The Ayo Dosunmu game comes to mind as well. Michael Jordan, 63, hello. All those things come into my mind when I think about the Celtics. But on paper, it should be a Boston victory and a big victory because they are really, really playing for something.
They are humming along, and also recently got back a guy by the name of Kristaps Porzingis.
I've heard of him.
He's pretty good. We'll touch on that in a minute. But talking about just like Bulls Celtics history, when there has been an active rivalry and when it has been dormant, there was some beef between these teams last season in what was then called the NBA's in-season tournament, now called the Emirates NBA Cup, because in the fourth and final game of group play, the Celtics were in a position where they needed not just a win against the Bulls, but win by, I believe the margin was 23 points to get the point differential they needed to advance out of the group play. If you recall, Billy Donovan was not too pleased when Joe Mazzulla went to the Hack-A-Shaq strategy on Andre Drummond in the fourth quarter of a game that had been decided win-loss-wise. And Billy spoke about it at length after the game. I don't know if you have that quote you can pull up, Sarah. But this was Billy back on November 28th of last year talking about why he didn't like it. He said, Andre is a veteran guy, and I told Mazzulla, what are we doing here? They're trying to get to Las Vegas. It's just a tough situation. He has to coach his team and do what he feels is right. Play your starters all the way to the end. I got no problem with that. But I just thought it was putting Andre in a tough spot in a 30-point game. I didn't like that.
Well, then change the rules, as Matt said on that show when we were sitting there.
Change the rules or don't lose by 30.
Yeah, those are two things you can actually, control there. At least one thing you can control. So I'm with him on the rules talk thing. Like, there has to be a better thing because I don't like the starters being out there at that point. But also, Matt, because I remember all that memory of frustration is coming back to me now. Because I just remember, well, dude, how come you don't know the rules? Like, you're going to have to know the rules of what's going on in this tournament as the head coach of this team. And for me, that was just, more stuff in the pot of what the Bulls season was last year and the year before.
Yeah.
So, that was very crazy. Boston did the right thing. They said, no, you have to have the point differential. This is the great way to get it because Andre Drummond stinks at shooting free throws.
Yep.
Sounds logical to me. Not knowing the rules will have you looking like that. And now they know the rules, which is why you saw the Bulls having their starters out in the midseason tournament game, trying to increase, that point differential.
So with the Bulls, it is not about point differential tonight. As I said, they win, they're in. They lose, they're out. Simple as that. However, because of the results of some earlier games, we now know more about what Boston needs to hypothetically advance as a wild card out of Group C, because even if they win tonight, Atlanta has the group already. Yeah. So get this. This is from NBA PR on Twitter just a few moments ago. Boston can clinch a spot in the knockout round as the East's wild card if they win by 16 or more in regulation with a Detroit loss and an Orlando loss, win by 16 or more in regulation with a Detroit loss, and Boston finishing with a better point differential than Orlando. On and on it goes. There's 2 or 3 more examples of Boston needing not only a win tonight, but to win by 16 points. So this beef that happened last year in the in-season tournament with the Hack-A-Drummond and all that, and Billy not loving the rules, and Joe Mazzulla saying, hey, I'm doing what I got to do, that path to happening again tonight is right there in front of us. Because Boston not only needs to beat the Bulls, they need to beat them by a lot.
A whole lot. So expect them to come out angry and ready and attacking the Chicago Bulls. They've been doing that, honestly, every game this season. That's how they've kind of started. From game one, Jason Tatum kind of set the tone. We'll get into him a little bit later. But you can expect them to play that way coming out against this team, and you know that they really do want this because, again, 6 in a row, you've already won. You want to get that 7 because you want to continue to show that you're the best team in the NBA. I think guys are also playing for pride. Of course, they want the money as well. Like, oh, my God, I want the money too. But it's some pride involved in this also, Matt, and they don't forget. You don't forget how you were treated in those kind of things in that situation. We'll see how they come out, but I expect them to come out really strong from the beginning.
As do I. With that, let us move to who's in, who's out for tonight's game. Injury reports for both teams.
Please no 4 guards. Please no 4 guards.
Well, Kobe White was on the injury report. He also now is dealing with a sprained wrist, just like his friend Lonzo Ball. Lonzo, again, active tonight after he made his comeback at the second half of that back-to-back earlier this week. Billy Donovan, again, saying probably just 15 minutes for Lonzo tonight with the hopes that as they progress, maybe ramping that up to 20 minutes a game.
Okay.
But so expect 15 minutes again from Lonzo tonight. Kobe dealing with the wrist but active. Jalen Smith still dealing with the ankle but active.
Okay.
Dalen Terry also sprained his ankle in that game earlier this week. Active for Dalen.
Okay.
And, of course, Patrick Williams, foot out.
He's got indifference to best.
Our old friend Luke Cornett popped up on the Celtics injury report with a hamstring strain, but has also been given the green light for tonight.
Yeah.
But Luke Cornett might not see as much of the court as he had early on the season because that other really big guy, Kristaps Porzingis, made his return in the Celtics game against the Clippers on Monday from his long absence recovering from foot surgery that he dealt with pretty much the entire offseason and missed the first, handful of games for them. In his first game back, just 22 minutes for Kristaps, but he did pour in 16 points on 6 of 12, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. Now, mind you, this is a Celtics team that has gotten out to a 15-3 start and basically did that without Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, what an amazing luxury to have. Like, I'm already really good without you. Oh, yeah, let me just toss you in so we can keep winning more games. You saw it in that finals. They were fine without him through that run. And then you get to the final, you're like, yeah, I'm ready to play. Yeah, I think I'll go do it. And he came out and balled immediately. What a luxury that they have. And it sucks that the Bulls have to, be witnesses to that luxury tonight. But they got a tough matchup against them. And it was going to be tough with or without Kristaps Porzingis out there. But their lack of size is going to hurt. Jalen Smith, still dealing with what he's dealing with. He's not 100%. That's going to hurt. Not having Patrick Williams, another person with size out there, that's going to hurt you. So I expect the Bulls to play a little bit bigger, at least, or let me not say expect. I hope that the Chicago Bulls play a little bit bigger and run some bigger guys out there. I hope Modest gets, more time out there on the floor. I don't know about Sanogo or not. He obviously prefers EJ Liddell to Sanogo. We saw that with him bringing him in the game the last game we were here. So we'll see how that continues. But he's going to have to use that size tonight, man, especially against this team.
Well, this just in, Billy won't be using the size, at least in his starting 5.
Come on!
It remains the same as the last several games in Patrick Williams' absence. Giddey and Kobe, Zach LaVine, Ayo Dosunmu, and Vooch at the 5. So maybe we'll see some more size at some point, but it won't be when we go to jump ball.
Well, is this because Porzingis isn't going to start?
Still waiting to see the official starting 5 for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I personally don't expect him to start. He started in the finals because it was the finals.
Right.
But I don't expect him to start. I mean, it's the regular season. They're moving along really nicely and really smoothly, while he continues to rehab, like you said, 22 minutes. I expect him to do that again. Just, come in a little smoother.
He did start, though. He only played 22, but they had him in the starting lineup.
Billy, I'm trying to give you an out here. This is me trying to give outs, bro, because I'm not going to understand it. That's Benjamin called it basketball terrorism. Like, hell, man, I'm trying to understand it, dog. I really am trying to get it. So if Kristaps starts tonight, again, adding more size to them out there, oh, man, dude. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I just don't.
I mean, and it's not just size that is a problem that the Bulls could have to deal with. Yeah, talent.
Yeah, talent as well.
Let's go with talent being the biggest problem between these two teams right now.
Yeah, you need big guys, but they also have to be skilled. Yes, you need 2 of those.
What's Greg Oden doing right now? I don't know. He's a big guy. But he's not
coaching.
Yeah, there you go. So, This Celtics team, when you look, actually, you know what? Let's give a quick shout out to Coors Light, and then we'll dive into this juggernaut Celtics crew.
Oh goodness, I need to embrace chill after hearing these lineups. My gosh, beer! Got to drink it, especially after watching that Bears game yesterday. I know a lot of y'all embrace chill out there. Good on you. 21 and over only, ladies and gentlemen. That is the sound of chill. Between work, social media, and the choices life throws our way, it's no wonder we're more worked up. Coors Light celebrates rising above and choosing that chill mindset. Why not turn that rained-out barbecue into the Will to Go Gottlieb and Will Purdue second annual karaoke/Thanksgiving/Christmas house party? All the holidays. Matt won't be there because he thinks Christmas should just be for Christmas. Or, after a tough loss, settle scores with the Ice Cold Peace offering. Make the choice to choose chill, then reach for a frosty cold Coors Light. It is mountain cold refreshment. Because when those mountains turn blue, oh yes, you know what to do. It's cold lager, cold filter, cold packaged for a smoother finish. When you embrace the chill mindset, it is a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. It is mountain cold refreshment that is crisp and refreshing as the Colorado Rockies. Make the most out of those times that you chill. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door via Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/CHGO Basketball. That's CoorsLight.com/CHGO Basketball. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
So I'm just looking right now to see if is there a late scratch somewhere? People in the comments are talking about Kobe being out, but he was just announced by the team as being in the starting lineup tonight. He was on that injury report with a sprained wrist, but I don't know what y'all are looking at. I'm seeing Kobe in the starting lineup. So
seeing Kobe
if you know something I don't know, throw it in the comments. But
shout out to you if you do.
I guess it's possible he could be a late scratch. But on the Celtics side of things, however, as you mentioned, Dave, they're coming into this one on a 6-game winning streak. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Currently sitting second in the Eastern Conference, right there with Cleveland as those Eastern Conference pace setters. And they're just they're the defending champions for a reason. They're a very strong team on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
When you look at what they're doing offensively, 121.5 points per 100, third best offense in the NBA. They also have the 7th best defense at the NBA at 110.7 defensive rating, a plus 10.8 net rating, tied for second best in the league. Then when you're looking at what they do, as people have come to know, the Celtics, they like to shoot.
They do.
From behind the arc.
I've heard.
Particularly. They do not play super fast.
Yes.
You look at their possessions per 48 there, thank you, Sarah, 25th in the NBA, just 97.2 possessions per 48. Okay. But they take care of the ball, and they get up a lot of threes. Their .563 three-point attempt rate is not only leading the NBA, but leading the NBA by a lot. As you'll see there, the Bulls have the 5th highest three-point attempt rate coming into tonight's game in the NBA at 46.8. That means 46.8 of the Bulls' total field goal attempts this season thus far have been threes.
Wow.
The Hornets are in second behind Boston at 48.8. The Celtics are at 56.3.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. This team shoots and shoots and shoots. It is a scary thing when you have to match your team's volume with the actual team's makes. And that is the Boston Celtics. And not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. They've at least got 5 guys that can get hot from behind the arc, coming in, starting and off the bench. And then I'm not even mentioning Al Horford, who can definitely hit 6 threes if you leave him wide open.
Currently leads the Celtics in three-point percentage at 44.6%.
What I just said.
That Al Horford.
That dude. So they have problem after problem after problem to deal with. Again, this is not just a problem strictly for the Chicago Bulls on matchup. It's a problem for the NBA. They match up well with every single team out there. They will match your toughness. They will match your finesse. They will match your skill. They will match your talent. They will match your shooting. Inside, outside, defense, offense, however you want it is how you can get it. Anyway you want it, you can get it like that from the Boston Celtics, man. And that's what makes them devastating, and that's what makes them hard to play. And still, in my opinion, even though the Cavs have that record, for me, in my money, they are still the best team in the NBA.
I think they are too. You mentioned Horford and his ability. Hey, he can knock down 6 threes in a game if he wants to, if he's cooking. Horford has taken 5.3 three-point attempts per game. That is 7th on the Celtics as far as three-point attempts per game. Jason Tatum's he's getting nearly 11 threes up per game, 10.7. He's making those at a 37.3% clip. Pretty darn good. Right. Derek White's taking over 9 a game. Peyton Pritchard's taking over 8 threes a game. Jaylen Brown is taking 7.5 threes a game and is among their lesser efficient high-volume three-point shooters at 33.3%. Kristaps Porzingis in his first game back jacked up 6 threes. Only made 1 of them, but he jacked up 6 of them.
His first game.
And then when you're talking about, your supporting cast, your role players, Sam Hauser, Al Horford, Drew Holiday, also all averaging over 5 3 attempts a game.
It's a problem. It's a serious problem for this team.
Shooters on shooters on shooters.
On top of those things. So here's the interesting thing for me now, Matt. Well, I talked about earlier how the Bulls, even though we see it on paper, how much of a matchup problem these Celtics offer them, the Bulls still play them pretty tough. this is a new kind of style for the Chicago Bulls that the Boston Celtics haven't seen yet. So I'm curious as what you think that, is it something that you feel Boston is going to be ready for because of what they used to seeing the Bulls play like? Because they're going to get out, they're going to be running, and they're going to be getting shots up. Like that's exactly, and they're going to be attacking the rim with guys like Josh Giddey. And watching Vooch actually have the season he's having, this will be new for them. Having Zach LaVine out there doing the things he's doing, having Kobe White doing the things he's doing. What do you think that how Boston will kind of approach this? Do you feel like they're like, no, this will be business as usual for us? Or will they take this a little bit seriously?
I mean, they have a clear goal tonight. They have something they have to accomplish. I think that they're going to take this pretty darn seriously because I think they want to advance, and I think that they know the only way they can now that Atlanta has won earlier today, is they got to not just beat the Bulls, they have to dominate them. Yeah. And I think we know that the Celtics, I think a lot of the reason why nobody really ever, like, not didn't take them seriously, but just wasn't giving them that respect in their very dominant regular season and then run through the playoffs last year to becoming champions, is that the Celtics, you know, as you're kind of mentioning, like, they just have nights where, like, yeah, well, we're going to play with our food a little bit. We don't, you know, we're not going to take this team seriously. Right. But we saw this happen last season. The Celtics came into that game. I think the Bulls were 5-13 before that game. Yeah. They're like, this team? Yeah. Okay, whatever. We'll beat them. But no, Joe Mazzulla told his guys, we need to beat them by 23 points. If that's the goal that's been laid out, then that group of players will be focused and will be dominant. Yeah. I fully expect to see the same thing tonight. It's a mandate of a 16-point win to help the Celtics advance, not 23. But if the Celtics are up less than 20 in the fourth quarter of this game, I will be surprised.
Okay. Yeah, I would too. Because I just feel like Boston is just that good. Again, even though the Bulls, I feel, do kind of play them well, I'm curious about this new style because what I left out of that also was, along with this new style, they are much worse defensively. So, as you all have definitely seen this season. So, I'm just really interested in how Boston approaches this. I think they'll be 3-point happy. They might be going for records. I remember they went for the record for most threes hitting the game the last time earlier in the season, and just how they were chucking them up there.
Ice cold in the fourth quarter.
Just ice cold. Missed 13 straight threes, which was wild to watch. So I feel like they could fall into that. So I'm interested to see if they come out like, oh, man, these dudes don't play no defense. Here, get the ball. Let's go get this win. And that would be the wrong way, I think, to approach the Bulls team because even though their record is low, they still come out ready to play every single time. And they don't take plays off. They're not good enough to stop a lot of them, but they don't take those plays off. They come in ready to play every single time. Ayo Dosunmu is definitely a huge part of that. Kobe also is a huge part of that as well. So I'm curious to see just how they approach this. And I think the Bulls will be approaching this with maybe the same kind of mindset. Dude, we get this win, then we're in, as you stated. You get this win, and we're in. This is a very big game for them because they're not going to have, in my opinion, a lot of big games going further along in this season. So when you get one of these in this kind of point in time where you're like, dude, if I get this win, something really nice happens for us, then, yeah, I can see the Bulls out here really trying to put their all into this kind of game.
Indeed. Starting lineup for Boston is official. Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis.
Nobody under 6'4".
That is a championship caliber lineup right there.
So they run a Porzingis, so they run Horford off the bench.
Yep. We'll bring Horford off the bench.
Along with Pritchard as well with his shots. Oh, my goodness, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo.
The other thing that I think could be key tonight is, like, you know, you just mentioned the step back the Bulls defense has taken this season, to put it very kindly.
Yes, very kindly.
The Celtics are a mixed bag as far as what they're elite at offensively. We obviously know about the volume, but also efficiency of that three-point shooting. They are top 10 in the NBA at 37.5% on those threes. They also protect the ball. They have the lowest turnover percentage of any team in the NBA at just 10.5. They aren't an elite defensive team when it comes to creating turnovers either, just 21st in the NBA with an opponent turnover percentage at 12.4. But that, to me, is like, could be a signal of, we know that if the Bulls lose the turnover battle by a significant margin on any given night, they're losing that game.
Yeah.
Tonight in this contest, can you protect the ball? Because if the Bulls are having a hot shooting night, they can outshoot Boston.
It's true.
It's possible. The Bulls are one of the most elite volume and efficiency three-point shooting teams out of the gate this season. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
But they can't outshoot them from three if they're turning the ball over every time down the floor.
Yeah. Some teams, Matt, play differently than what their numbers say. And the Bulls aren't that team this year. As you pointed out, when they take those attempts and they don't have turnovers, usually good things happen for the Bulls. So they've definitely shown that. You can go look at any loss or any win that they've had. That is going to be the case. You're going to see, probably in like 2 or 3 games, it might be a little different. But in most of those, that is going to be the case, man. So the Bulls are going to be running and hopefully getting up those 3-point shots. Easier said than done, for sure, because you're going to have guys like Jaylen Brown. You're going to have guys like Tatum. You're going to have Kristaps Porzingis, who is known for being a solid shot blocker out there. That matchup with Vooch is going to be interesting.
Had 2 blocks in his first game back.
Good God. Because he's not going to mind coming out to the 3-point line to play defense. He won't mind that at all. Vooch can that's how Vooch and a lot of these good centers who can shoot get away with those things like that, because a lot of centers are not coming out there to stop them. Kristaps is not one of those guys, and he's coming out there with his length also as well. So that's going to be interesting to watch. But, yeah, the Bulls' numbers definitely reflect exactly what you can expect and get from that team. So I'm saying all that to say, make sure you get your 3-point attempts up and take care of the basketball. That is the way to ensure you will be in this game with the Boston Celtics. How do we know this? Because the numbers continue to prove it. So don't turn it over, you know what I'm saying, and just get the attempts up. Get your shots up.
Bulls probably won't have a lot of luck getting easy points at the free throw line either tonight. Celtics #1 in the NBA in limiting opponent free throws. So, tall task, but again, if the Bulls are shooting hot, maybe they have a chance to stay in this one.
Yeah.
And shock some people with a win.
Yeah.
Mentioning if the Bulls have a night where they shoot well, interesting note that we learned earlier today, the Bulls, who have almost always done morning shoot-arounds at the Advocate Center, training facility across the street from the UC. Today, in what sounded, according to several reports, including our own Willigo Gottlieb, a permanent switch shoot-around at the UC.
Interesting.
And the reasoning that was given for why the change from where morning shoot-around was happening is because the Bulls are taking more threes and wanted to be taking morning shoot-around threes in that building on those baskets compared to the Advocate Center baskets.
Interesting. Very. Wow.
Maybe we'll just, pull some Boston Celtics trickery stuff, like, mess with their hoop and then fix it at halftime and then mess with their other hoop.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
Damn Celtics.
Wild that they came to it now. Wish they would have thought that a little earlier.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. You're going to play in that arena, might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, first and foremost, thank you for joining us for pregame. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet on your way out. And also, on your way out, while you're getting ready to settle in for some Bulls Celtics NBA Cup action, heat up some leftovers, pour yourself a drink, and check out our Black Friday sale going on now at that ALLCITY merch locker. 30% off site-wide, up to 75% off some items. Thank you, Sarah, for the whistle. Got to get people's attention.
That's right.
Also, some new designs, new logos on different T-shirts and sweatshirts and hoodies that have dropped today. Sale continuing through the weekend into Cyber Monday, but grab it while it's hot, grab it while it's on sale. Incredible value all over the store. Big Dave, do you have a shopping list for what you're going to cop from the new stuff with these sales?
You know what? No, I don't. When I go into CHGO's locker, I like to go in just with a fresh mind, not any thought process, especially during a Black Friday sale.
Going in blind.
Going in blind, man.
Like Eberflus in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Oh, can't see anything. You know what I'm saying? But we have each other. So,
oh, God.
I'm going to go out there.
I almost let that one slip by.
So, no, I can't wait to see what's available to me and what's available for all the fans out there. I love this time for the CHGO when they have these Black Friday sales, because it is some really dope merchandise that we carry that I'm just excited that you guys get to have, at a discounted price. So you get to save some money and look dope as you already do, but now look even doper. And I'm going to look dope too. Yes, that Rowan shirt is off the chain, Eddie. It is dope. So yes, I can't wait to check that out.
Yes, indeed. Look dope in this black and white CHGO flag hoodie.
Look at him.
How about this white CHGO baseball
Look
cap?
at this man. He's ready.
Fresh and so clean. All right, let's go watch some Bulls Celtics.
Woo!
Do or die, winning in, losing, they're out.
Let's go, Sarah.
NBA Cup. We'll talk to y'all for postgame. Peace.
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.